From the News 19 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Efren Afante. Shortly before 11 o'clock this morning, the National Hurricane Center finally issued the first tropical storm of the hurricane season. And keep in mind, the hurricane season doesn't start till June 1st, and we already have one. This is Subtropical Storm Alberto, as named by the National Hurricane Center earlier this morning. As of 11 o'clock, it was just off the coast of the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico, just south of Cancun by about 75 kilometers. The sustained winds were at 40 miles an hour, gusting to 50, moving very slowly to the north-northeast at 6 miles an hour. Now, as far as the impact site, well, nothing doing with us right now. We have already our own tropical air mass, but the Subtropical Storm Alberto will continue to pull in a lot of moisture. You can see the cloud coverage over the mouth of the Gulf of Mexico, all the way into the Caribbean Sea and the Cuban Straits. What our impact that we're going to be watching very closely is that the subtropical storm is going to be pooling in and already continues to pool in a lot of moisture. And that moisture transport is going to go right through the eastern half of the Gulf of Mexico into the west coast of Florida, through Florida, Georgia, and then right into the Carolinas. And that moisture is going to increase the moisture we already have right now. So the humidity factor is going to go up, but so is the greatest potential for a heavy rainfall for the Carolinas. Now, as of the latest information from where it's positioned, a lot of the computer models that put into the spaghetti plots do have it now indicated that over a 3-day track, it has significantly shifted to the east as much as 100 kilometers. Most of the guidance models do indicate that as it gets to about Saturday evening, it'll take a considerable northwest quadrant turn and very likely somewhere in the areas of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, or Florida. Those are the various models. A few outlying models have it moving a little bit further away, but the general consensus keeps it going straight to the north and then turning to the northwest. The official track from the National Hurricane Center does show that by later on this evening, still a subtropical storm with 40-mile-an-hour winds. By Saturday morning, 45-mile-an-hour winds, but now increasing to a tropical storm and staying as a tropical storm over the next 24 hours. By Sunday morning, with 60-mile-an-hour winds positioned just off the coast south of the Florida Panhandle. But as we get into about Monday morning, it is scheduled to be a tropical storm with 65-mile-an-hour winds. The landfall could be anywhere from the southeast parishes of Louisiana to possibly the areas around New Orleans, Biloxi, Mississippi, Mobile, Alabama, Pensacola, Florida, or Crestview, Florida. It does position the cone of uncertainty as far east as just to the west of Panama City, Florida. But again, that is the official track from the National Hurricane Center. Regardless, this track takes it nowhere near South Carolina, but keep in mind that moisture transport will continue to move up. So our impact is going to be very heavy rainfall. Now, no watches or warnings had been issued by the National Hurricane Center as 11 o'clock this morning. This may change as we go throughout the afternoon today, but certainly we'll start noticing tropical storm watches and even warnings for the potential of that by overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. So again, just to recap, the National Hurricane Center has now issued the first subtropical storm, at least the very first storm of the hurricane season for 2018 that doesn't start until June 1st. This is Subtropical Storm Alberto that has sustained winds at 40 miles an hour, continuing to move to the northeast at 6 miles an hour. We'll have updates on this as we go throughout the day and the evening. And of course, we'll have this information on Facebook and Twitter and on our website, WLTX.com.